Max Verstappen just bagged his 4th Formula One World Championship in Las Vegas. But here's the kicker. Is it his speed, or is it his social media game that's really winning? And Lando Norris, struggling on the track but absolutely dominating Instagram. Is he truly an F1 star, or is he just another influencer selling a lifestyle? Tonight, we dive deep into the controversial intersection of speed, social media, and sponsorships, and ask, in 2024, who's really winning the race? The fastest driver or the best brand ambassador?
Max Verstappen is creating a stir in the media once again, this time saying that he has the wrong passport for the F1 paddock. But what does he mean by this? Well, he thinks that there is a bit of bias going on in the steward's room right now. While humorous, does he have a point? I think it's safe to say that his antics in Mexico against Lando Norris were a little bit on edge, or so most people would think at least. Max himself does not think that. Receiving 2 10-second penalties for consecutive incidents, he received a total of 20 seconds, which dropped him well out of contention, though he didn't seem too unhappy about it, knowing that he stopped Lando Norris from winning the race. So it's clear that Max is willing to put his race on the line as long as it stops Lando. And having openly admitted this, can he really blame the FIA for punishing him? He certainly didn't hold back when responding to the critics. The Sky Sports pundits had a fair bit to say on this, and Max wasn't having any of it. Johnny Herbert didn't hold back when saying that Max's driving was over the top, and neither did Damon Hill. And in response, Max said, well, that's pretty extreme, saying that they come crawling out as soon as they have a chance to criticize him. So is there something to Max's bias claims in the steward's room and the media? I mean, he brought up a decent point that he got sentenced with community service when Leclerc didn't for saying the same word, but it was kind of with a different tone. But Max doesn't seem rattled by this, as he points out that he's a 3-time world champion who knows what they're doing. But with tensions high and Max Verstappen reverting to his more aggressive ways, we're going to have an interesting end to the season on our hands. But what do you think of these claims? Is Max right to say that there's a bit of a bias? And do you think he was joking when he said the passport comment? I mean, watch it to find out for yourself, but it's up in the air. Let me know what you guys think of this in the comments, and for the full article, click the link in our bio to read more.
Max Verstappen is undoubtedly the most dominant driver in Formula One right now, but here's something you might not know. While he's been winning races, he's also been winning at something else: social media. Verstappen's Instagram is filled with perfectly timed brand partnerships, and his posts are more curated than a race engineer's strategy. From watches to energy drinks, Verstappen's digital presence is as polished as his driving skills. But is that really the future of F1?
Have you or your team made some preparations here in Las Vegas in case you win this weekend, the championship?
I don't know. If they did, I don't want to know.
Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen, Max Verstappen.
While Verstappen racks up championships, his off-track success might be even more impressive. Max is the quintessential brand-driven athlete, and his sponsors are loving it. But let's face it, he's not just racing for the finish line, he's racing for likes, shares, and followers. In a world where brands are just as powerful as race results, is Verstappen truly the best, or just the best at playing the social media game? On the flip side, we have Lando Norris. Despite a tough race in Las Vegas, a track he struggled with all weekend, Norris continues to grow his following like few others in the sport. His TikTok and Instagram are a marketing goldmine, with millions of fans loving his behind-the-scenes look into his life. But here's the big question. Does this digital fame mean he's the future of F1? Or is he just a social media darling who can't quite match his off-track hype with on-track results?
The bit that I always remind myself of is when kind of like I just mentioned, when I was watching Formula One when I was a kid, and seeing it on TV, seeing all the Hamilton fans or the Alonso fans or Jensen, Vettel, like watching that, that's what I always kind of dreamed of and wanted to live that moment. But now I am living that moment, and I think that's something that it's hard to picture and imagine and to kind of compare, but that is, I'm now living the moment that I wanted to, which is very cool. And I'm sure there's another kid out there somewhere, or many kids who are like, similar thing. That's my dream of finally having that. So I think it's very special. Fans make our sport great. Like they're the ones who make it fun. They make it happen. Without the fans, we wouldn't be able to do what we did. The more, the merrier when it comes to people that support you. You're always going to want as much as you can. So having that knowledge of so many people out there supporting me, cheering me on, when I'm thinking of the little kid dreaming of that, I think that's what makes it so cool. So a special moment, and I'm already excited to go to Silverstone to kind of see the whole grandstand and have a dedicated area for me. So yeah, something very special to look forward to.
Lando Norris is fast on social media, but can he be fast enough on the track to match the hype? Despite some major challenges on race day, Norris continues to win hearts online. But here's the real question. Does his success in the digital world blind fans to his struggles on the racetrack? Is the internet overhyping a driver who still hasn't proven himself as a championship contender? It's not just the drivers who are under the spotlight, it's the brands behind them. In 2024, a driver's success isn't just measured in lap times or podiums. It's measured by how well they can influence millions of fans. Verstappen has already cashed in on his success with multi-million-dollar endorsements. But what's even more intriguing is the role social media plays in shaping these deals. In the digital age, it's not enough to be fast. You have to be seen. In fact, many F1 teams are now investing in social media strategies just as much as they are in race strategies. Think about it. Verstappen's post-race celebrations aren't just about celebrating a win, they're about creating content for his sponsors. Every tweet, every Instagram story is calculated for maximum brand exposure. And when brands like Red Bull, Rolex, and Tag Heuer sign on to sponsor a driver, they're not just paying for race results, they're paying for access to millions of eyeballs who follow these drivers.
He should have killed me when he had the chance, because now I'm back, and I'm going to kill you and your whole fucking team.
Kill me on the block, baby, what? Kill me on the block, baby. Bitch, 32.
Max Verstappen is the perfect example of this new era of influencer athletes. His entire brand is built on a lifestyle, not just as a champion on the track, but as a brand ambassador who knows how to work the algorithm. He's selling more than just race wins. He's selling a lifestyle that fans want to emulate. And that's where Lando Norris comes in. His social media prowess is undeniable. But is it enough to elevate him into the ranks of true championship material? The truth is, Norris's digital following is skyrocketing. But where does that leave him in the standings? Yes, he's a fan favorite, but social media stardom doesn't win titles. In Las Vegas, we saw Norris struggle with race pace, while Verstappen simply needed to finish ahead of his rivals to secure his fourth title. It's hard not to wonder, can Norris translate all that social media love into the kind of results that will see him fight for a championship in the future? Let's be clear, social media is an incredible tool, but it comes with a responsibility. We've seen how brands use social media to shape perceptions, and in F1, this is no different. Verstappen and Norris are the new faces of the sport, but how much of their success is about genuine talent, and how much of it is just carefully curated content designed to sell? And more importantly, when does marketing cross the line?
Let me take you around the top level of hospitality here at the Montreal Canadian Grand Prix. Head down to Williams Paddock Club. I had to get the drip correct. We're in Canada. Picked up some earbuds just to get allowed to speak, watch the race once. This is the sweet Nicholas Latifi came through with all of his family. It's his home race. Then I had to get some food. Went with the lobster, obviously. It's too clean, quick mimosa. This is my view from the race. Had to check out the Williams garage. They were just making sure the car's correct for Sunday. Head down to Mercedes as well. Then the cars are on their lap of appreciation with the drivers. It's pretty cool. There's Hamilton. Nicholas Latifi back on the TV. Now Checo, Verstappen, Sainz, you know the boy Lando and Ricciardo. And then it was lights out, ready to go. Look how quick these guys are. Insane. There we go. That's it.
In the world of F1, this isn't just about winning races anymore. The drivers are competing for brand deals, fan engagement, and digital relevance. In the digital age, performance on the track is just one part of the puzzle. Performance on social media might matter even more. And yet, the ethical questions are growing. As brands and teams ramp up their digital marketing strategies, how much of the real driver are we seeing? Are we getting an authentic view of their lives? Or is it all just a facade? As fans, do we know when we're being sold an image versus getting a real insight into who these drivers truly are? What we're witnessing here isn't just a race for the finish line. It's a race for influence. Max Verstappen and Lando Norris are both at the top of their game, but their real competition might not be on the track. The real fight is online, in the world of likes, shares, and digital influence. And the question remains, is the future of F1 about the fastest driver or the best digital marketer?